So what I want to do now is step out and take a look at how we configure the Office 365 Secure Store and how we determine what our Secure Store is for our tenant. As always, I'll start in the Microsoft Office 365 Admin Center. We'll scroll down to the Admin Centers here, scroll down and go into SharePoint. And once inside of here, notice we have a BCS option and we have a Secure Store option. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Secure Store first. And then we'll go ahead and set new or click on new. And in here, we'll give it a target application ID. So we'll call this AZMTP demo and AZMTP demo. The target application ID shouldn't have space in it and it cannot be changed afterwards. We'll set up an email address, brian@azmtp.onmicrosoft.com. So if there's any issues, that's the individual that'll be notified. If you've set this up on-prem, we have a drop down here on-prem of group versus individual. Notice we can only use a group here. These are the credentials that we would map. Windows username, and then the username would be the field type, Windows password, and the password would be the field type. Notice if I wanted to add another field, I could do so. And when I click on that and I scroll down, some other options I have in here are certificate and certificate password. So I could add some additional properties or types of authentication. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And then target application administrator, I'm going to put in Brian again. And in here, I would click the people picker to make sure it's valid. And we get the underline, so that's good. And then we can add a user or group. So we'll add Linda. And if we don't know the whole name, we can just click on the people picker. And then we can click on that. And notice it gives me an option to choose from that. So then we'll pick on Linda as an option here for a member or a group. Like I said, this is how we would map those credentials. So I'm going to go ahead and do an OK here. And now we've got this AZMTP demo. So now we'll go ahead and we'll map that group of users, or in this case, Linda, but we'll map that group of users. We'll click on this, we'll click Set, and say this is the information that's going to be used to log into that Oracle database that we talked about. So we'll set up the username as Oracle logon, and then the password will be capital P A $W0RD, and then capital P A $W0RD. And we'll go ahead and do OK. So anybody in that group, or Linda in this case here, will use these credentials to log into that Oracle database. Apparently I fat fingered something. And now we've set the credentials for that. So now we have this AZMTP demo. So then we'll go to the BCS. And we're going to say we're going to manage connections to online services. We'll click and add. We'll call this AZMTP demo connection. And we'll give it the service address, and we'll say use the credentials stored in SharePoint. And we'll map it to that AZMTP demo. And then we click create there. It's missing the service address because I don't have one to actually populate in there, but that's where I would specify the service address for this. So that's how we would configure the Secure Store and the BCS to use that Secure Store. Now let's talk about Secure Score. So I'm going to click on this link here. I already typed it in. https://microsoft.com/pound and then dashboard. So in here we're in the dashboard. So in the dashboard, it's giving me items or information about what we can do or what this has to offer. Let me back this up a little bit. First option is welcome to the Microsoft Secure Store. And it gives me information about what the Secure Store has to offer and what it can do for you. Talks to you a little bit about the Secure Store. And it talks about actions that you can take to improve your score and analyzing your score, telling you how good or bad it is. And then a disclaimer. This is not in any way saying you'll never be breached, but this is a way to identify some potential issues. So we have that option. And if we scroll down here, my score is not very good. Your Secure Score summary is 86 of 571. And then we continue on, take action to improve your Secure Score. There's 38 actions in the queue that I could take. So my pending Secure Score is 532 if I took all of these actions. And these are all the different items they're suggesting I could do. I only use this for demos, so that's a good thing, apparently. So if I go to the score analyzer, the next tab over, you can see we have a window I can provide. 7 days, 30 days, last 3 months. So we'll go last 3 months. We can export this information, as you can see here, PDF, CSV. It gives us a chart. Here's my bad score of 86. Identity, data, device, and apps. All actions. We have completed actions. We have incomplete actions. We have a drop down to show all. Or we can go into the type of actions that we want to filter by. We can also do a search here if we want to do that. And we can continue to scroll down and take a look at some additional options for ways for me to improve the score. So a good way for us to have an idea of how we can improve the security on our Office 365 tenant is to use this securescore.microsoft.com, find out what kind of score you have and what changes that you can make to improve or increase that score number. So be sure to take the time to check this out to see how your tenant's doing and determine how you can make changes to create a more secure tenant for your organization. So in this module, we took a jaunt out and we took a look at the eDiscovery implementation. We talked about how that works along with the advanced eDiscovery. We discussed the data governance considerations and we talked about the secure store configuration and how it integrates very nicely and works well with the BCS configuration. And I showed you where to go to generate a secure score for your tenant and provided you ways to improve that secure score. Next up, we're going to take a look at configuring the compliance and data protection options in Office 365.